Dry weather expected this afternoon. As I've been mentioning, it might be a brief shower somewhere nearby in the mountains, but pretty much around the Albuquerque area should be a dry day. Near 90 degrees at 3 p.m. If you want to wait a little bit longer, it will start to cool off closer to sunset and into the evening, mostly in the 70s after you get into the mid-evening hours around 8 or 9 p.m. So temperatures today around the state overall, today and tomorrow probably in general the hottest days in the state left this week. 90 this afternoon, Albuquerque, 95 in Truth or Consequences, even upper 90s around Carlsbad at 97 degrees. And today, relatively speaking, too, one of the drier days in the state. There will be a couple showers this morning, especially more so in the eastern edge of the state, eastern third of the state this afternoon, evening, maybe one or two in the mountains farther west. But we showed you what's out there this afternoon has been very small. But there could be a few bigger ones right near the Texas border later this afternoon and evening. That's why when we look at this outlook, this comes from the Storm Prediction Center. The marginal risk, which is the lowest chance, but it's still a chance, of some storms that could have some hail or strong winds if they do occur. They're more into the Texas Panhandle up into Kansas, but the very eastern edge of the state, kind of from about eastern, say, Roosevelt County, and so these eastern counties up toward Clayton, have a small chance that later today there could be a shower storm that may have some hail or strong winds. But again, it's a small chance. And tomorrow, still a fairly hot day again. 90 degrees in Albuquerque, 94 in Roswell, 95 Carlsbad, near 90 in Reserve. But I think after tomorrow, we start to drop temperatures a few degrees toward the weekend as a little more cloud cover comes in and rain chances. And rain chances increase a bit tomorrow. Not terribly great, but you could see a couple more daytime showers and storms in some western areas, which are mainly dry today. And this shows maybe a little more action in the North Mountains by later tomorrow afternoon and evening. But I think kind of Thursday and Friday will be some bigger rain chances. And Thursday, this is the map for Thursdays, when we start to pull in the risk of some heavier rainfall chances, southwest Colorado and into the Four Corners area. That little green patch, again, it's a low chance. It's at the bottom of the scale, but you could have a couple storms that have some heavy rainfall in that general location. And the forecast rainfall, I want you to see the next day or two, this is today and tomorrow, not much rain on average around the state. There might be a quick little downpour that's more than this. Don't really look at the specific numbers, but notice how the map lights up. When you add in the next 7 days, so everything after tomorrow, through early next week, you start to pick up some decent rainfall totals in some areas, maybe in the central northern mountains. And that may be more likely as we get toward Thursday and Friday afternoons and evenings. So kind of watch those couple days for some heavier bursts of showers and storms, at least in a few areas. And southeast today, we're looking for mainly dry weather. It could be a couple showers or a weak storm, but most places dry. And in the southwest, mainly in the 80s and 90s and dry as well. Roswell, mainly back in the 90s. The best rain chances in Roswell, they're small today when they try to pop up again toward the weekend. Silver City could have a couple of showers or storms here and there, but rain chances are low most of the next 7 days. Northern New Mexico looking at mainly 80s to near 90 degrees in the hottest of spots, but a small chance for a shower storm the closer you are, mainly toward the Texas border. Four Corners mostly dry today, but could pick up the rain chances by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. When you saw it could be a little heavier those days. Las Vegas, very low rain chances, but they could increase a bit more by the weekend with highs mostly in the upper 70s and low 80s. North Mountains, 70s to near 80 degrees or so or better in spots. 70 degrees in Red River, 87 in Espanola. And Santa Fe's temperatures back in the low 80s. Rain chances are small, but they increase and kind of peak right around about Friday as the moisture increases. So that's when you could run the risk of maybe a quick heavy downpour. East Mountains looking at mainly 80s in the forecast today and primarily dry. There might be a brief little shower somewhere in the mountains. The metro area near into the south, low 90s, a fairly hot day, around 91 downtown, 88 in the Heights and 92 in the South Valley. And Rio Rancho's temperatures near 90 degrees. Rain chances again like the other maps I show you kind of pick up a little bit by Thursday and Friday, still kind of small, but you may see a quick shower or storm. And in Albuquerque, the next 7 days, same trend as well. Mainly dry today and tomorrow. Very low rain chances. They come up a bit more Thursday and Friday afternoons, and we pull down temperatures a little bit. Highs drop back into the mid 80s for most of the weekend and early next week. We'll keep tracking it for you throughout the week.